ॐ तत्पुरो नमः येषान सर्वविद्यानाम् ईश्वर सर्वभूतानां ब्रह्माधिपति ब्रह्मणोऽधिपति ब्रह्मा मे अस्तु सदाशिवो नमो हिरण्यबाहवे हिरण्यवर्णाय हिरण्यरूपाय हिरण्यम्बिकापदये उमापदये पशुपदये नमो नमः स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्ताम् न्यायेन भाग्येन महीमहीषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यम् समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः
Namaste. I offer my pronouns and love at the lotus feet of our most dearest Bhagavan, Sri Satya Sai Baba. As Swami always refers to his devotees as Prema Swarupa, embodiments of divine love, I greet you, brothers and sisters, Om Shri Sai Ram. Photos and murtis of Swami Divine, his divine form abound throughout the world. But today, at this very auspicious day, at the Sri Satya Sai Sudha Mandir, Prashanti, outside Prashanti, we take delight in presenting to you Bhagavan as the Lord chooses to also reside in our mandir in full splendor. We request Brother Cass Naidu and Mrs. T.S. Naidu to please come forward to officially cut the ribbons. Mrs. T.S. Naidu will cut the ribbon for Swami's Murthy, and Brother Cass Naidu will cut the ribbon for Swami's chair. Brother Danpal, could you please guide Mrs. T.S. Naidu and Mrs. Cass Naidu to the shrine? We're also very privileged to have with us a revered priest all the way from India, Delhi.
Sai Brothers and sisters, some of you may know that Mrs. T.S. Naidu and Brother Cass Naidu have been here at this very mandir from the inception. Loving devotees, presenting to you Swami in all his glory and magnificence. Om Shri Sai Ram. Brother Cass and his wonderful wife now cutting the ribbon for Swami's chair. Thank you very much. They say there is beauty and love in honoring the tradition of the cake cutting moment. Anything sweet holds a lot of importance to celebrate an occasion. It conjures sweet thoughts and happy moments. That is why we offer this to Bhagavan. We seek his blessings, and the prasadam eaten by all devotees symbolizes eternal love and faith. To do the honors of cutting the special cake today, it is our pleasure to call upon, once again, Brother Cass and Mrs. Naidu to cut the cake. Brother Danpal, you'll assist them. Brothers and sisters, the presence of knowledge removes ignorance. The presence of light removes darkness. Hence, lighting the traditional lamp has always symbolized the removal of ignorance and darkness in one and all. We are very privileged this morning to have with us, as we indicated, our revered priest all the way from India. He arrived yesterday. He is none other than Pandit Sunil Kumar. Priest Sunil Kumar will now officially light the traditional lamp.
गातुं यज्ञाय गातुं यज्ञपतये देवी स्वस्तिरस्तु नः स्वस्तिमानुषभ्यः गातुं दिगातुभेषजं तन्नो अस्तु लिपदे स्वस्तिस्तवे ॐ शान्तिः 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 गन्धद्वारां दुरादृशां चतुष्टां करेण्यं ईश्वरीं प्रभूतानां सामिहोपयेत्यम् श्रीमन्महाविद्याय नमो नमः श्रीमन्महागणपतेभ्याय नमो नमः ॐ हरे ॐ श्री गोविन्द श्रीमन्महाविष्णुरज्ञ भगवत्पादस्य अद्य ब्रह्मणः विद्याय नमो नमः श्रीमन्महागणपते कृपाकटाक्षे सिद्ध्यस्तु ॐ हरे ओम्
Thank you very much, Swamiji. May the light of that magnificent lamp enter all our souls. In fact, looking at the magnificence of Swami's Murti in front of you, I cannot help but remember what Swami always reminds us about. He says, God is in you, He is around you, He is with you, He is above you, He is behind you, and He is beside you. May your consciousness blossom further to realize and experience Swami fully. We will now proceed with the cutting of the cake. Brothers and sisters, a national anthem is a patriotic song and musical composition that reflects our history, struggles, and traditions of our nation. It serves as an expression of national identity. May I request our very vibrant and dynamic young adults team from the Sudha Mandir to lead us in singing of our national anthem. Can we all please rise as a symbol of respect to our country? Thank you, devotees. You may be seated. A very big thank you to our very dynamic team. Well done. In any organization, there are members who just join just to belong, but there are others who keep their organization strong. From inception of the Sudha Mandir, there has been a phenomenal and devoted servant of Swami that has practically made this mandir his second home. Brothers and sisters, it is my privilege and honor to call on this fine gentleman, Brother Dhanpal Naidu, to officially welcome you this morning.
Salutations and prostrations to our Lord Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba. Uncle Dhanpal is just an instrument. Sisters and brothers of the world religion, on behalf of all of us here at the Sudha Mandir, including our President, Brother Suresh Nandalal, and the rest of the Sai family in the Republic of our great country, South Africa. I extend to you from the depth of my heart a very warm welcome to Sudha Mandir. It was 3 years. We have planned to bring this murti in from Jaipur, India. But Swami was so great, he didn't only send us the murti from Jaipur, he sent us the high priest of India from Jaipur. Please welcome our priest, Swamiji Sunil Kumar from India. As Brother Raji Reddy said, it is the wisdom of the elders and the energy of the youth will make any organization. I repeat, with the wisdom of the elders and the energy of the youth will make up any organization, and especially the Satya Sai organization of the world. We all are sisters and brothers of one family. There is no one with the color of a blood of a different color. And therefore, if you see in front there, it says, love all and serve all. Please, I beg to the elders, I'm saying it publicly, bring all of us together. It is the prayer of hope today. Bhagavan's life murti is here. And Bhagavan is here. So, Bhagavan said, you take one step towards me, I'll take 100. But here in Sudha Mandir, it will take 1,000,000. So devotees, please remember what I said. Service to man is service to God. And the hands that pray are holier than the lips. Now the hands that serve are holier than the lips that pray. But prayer is the key to the kingdom of the Lord. With these few words, once again, we have our founders, Mrs. T.S. Naidu there sitting. She is 97 years young. One of the founder trustees or servants of the Lord here at Sudha Mandir. And Uncle Cass, my mentor, still younger, I don't think he'll catch her up. But anyway, he's 79 years, 78. 87, sorry, yeah, 87. I will definitely read the age, I'm only 71. Welcome once again to Sudha Mandir. We will start with our program. God bless all of you. Our program is a little bit longer. The reason is we started a little late. We're going to get you hungry. We've got our server team there with definitely good lunch. Om Sai Ram, I hand you now to the Master of Ceremonies, our Dr. Ansia Modley.
Thank you, Brother Dhanpal. Always a pleasure to listen to this fine gentleman. And be rest assured, he'll be back here at the podium until the age of 108 doing the welcome. And we all are fully aware, with the dedication and the true bhakti with which he comes through almost daily to be in the mandir. And we are aware that every cell in his body exudes with the energy of Bhagwan Sri Satya Sai Baba. The program follows with bhajans, dance renditions, messages of goodwill, and a keynote speaker, of course. Swami says, sing aloud the glory of God and charge the atmosphere with divine dedication and adoration. This is why I insist on group singing of the names of the Lord. Sri Satya Sai Speaks, Volume 8, Chapter 24, July 8, 1968. This morning, we are truly blessed to have with us a true maestro, second to none, Acharya Ratna Isaisel Vamani Karthigesan Pillai. Ladies and gentlemen, a true honor to have him in our midst this morning. Just by the introduction, you'll understand that this fine gentleman has received just about the highest accolade that any artist can get of his caliber. His genre of music is Indian classical music, and all of us are aware that he is truly multi-talented. Also very blessed we are today because we have accompanying him his lovely wife, Vanessa. Vanessa will be playing the harmonium, and she too is a very talented artist. We always hear of Karthigesan Jr., but I think today we're very blessed to have the son of Karthigesan Pillai with us, none other than Maestro himself, Kirtan Pillai. So Kirtan Pillai is also multi-talented, and with the family, they will be accompanied by some very distinguished artists. They will render 3 bhajans at this juncture of the program. I hand you over now to Maestro Karthigesan and team.
तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ज्ञानानन्दमयं देवं निर्मलस्फटिकाकृतिम् आधारं सर्वविद्यानाम् अयग्रीवम् उपास्मये अयग्रीवम् उपास्मये प्रह्लाद नारद पराशर कुण्डलीके व्यासाम्बरेश शुक शौनक तार्जुन वसिष्ठ विभीषणादि पुण्यादिमान् परम भगवता स्मरामि विघ्न विनाशक गणनाथ विघ्न विनाशक गणनाथ विघ्न विनाशक गणनाथ गजानन गजवदना गजानन गजवदना विघ्न विनाशक गणनाथ 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 प्रणव स्वरूप गणनाथ प्रणव स्वरूप गणनाथ भक्ति पुरीश्वर गणनाथ भक्ति पुरीश्वर गणनाथ गजानन गजवदना गजानन गजवदना विघ्न विनाशक गणनाथ गजानन गजवदना गणनाथ गणनाथ प्रणव स्वरूप गणनाथ भक्ति पुरीश्वर गणनाथ गजानन गजवदना विघ्न विनाशक गणनाथ सद्गुरु ब्रह्म सनातन सद्गुरु ब्रह्म सनातन सद्गुरु ब्रह्म सनातन गुरु ब्रह्म सनातन परम दया गण पावन परम दया गण पावन परम दया जन्मज दुख विनाशन जन्मज दुख विनाशन जगदोदाहरण कारण है जगदोदाहरण कारण जगदोदाहरण कारण साई कृष्ण जनार्दन साई साई कृष्ण जनार्दन भय जलधि तरण भय जलधि तरण भय जलधि तरण भय जलधि सद्गुरु ब्रह्म सनातन सद्गुरु ब्रह्म सनातन परमदया गणपावन परमदया गणपावन जन्म जरोग विनाशन जन्म जरोग विनाशन जगदोदाहरण कारण जगदोदाहरण कारण साई कृष्ण जनार्दन साई कृष्ण जनार्दन 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 भय जलधि तरण भय जलधि तरण भय जलधि तरण सद्गुरु ब्रह्म सनातन जननी 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 कृपा करो अम्बे कृपा करो अम्बे जननी कृपा करो अम्बे जननी कृपा करो अम्बे जननी कृपा करो अम्बे सोई जननी जय जगदम्बे सोई जननी जय जगदम्बे जननी 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 मात महेश्वरी मंगलदायिनी अम्बे मात महेश्वरी मंगलदायिनी अम्बे मात महेश्वरी ಮಂಗಳದಾಯಿನಿ ಅಂಬೆ
ಮಾತಮಹೇಶ್ವರಿ ಮಂಗಳದಾಯಿನಿ ಅಂಬೆ
ಮಂಗಳದಾಯಿನಿ ತ್ರಿಪುರೇಶ್ವರಿ ಜಗದಂಬೆ
ಮಾತಮಹೇಶ್ವರಿ ತ್ರಿಪುರೇ ಜಗದಂಬೆ
ಮಂಗಳದಾಯಿನಿ ತ್ರಿಪುರೇಶ್ವರಿ ಜಗದಂಬೆ
ಮಾತಮಹೇಶ್ವರಿ ತ್ರಿಪುರೇಶ್ವರ ಜಗದಂಬೆ
ಅಭಯದಾಯಿನಿ ಅಮೃತ ಭಾಷಿಣಿ ಅಂಬೆ
ಅಮರದಾಯಿನಿ ಅಮೃತ ಭಾಷಿಣಿ ಅಂಬೆ
ಅಭಯದಾಯಿನಿ ಅಮೃತ ಭಾಷಿಣಿ ಅಂಬೆ
ಅಭಯದಾಯಿನಿ ಅಮೃತ ಭಾಷಿಣಿ ಅಂಬೆ
ಜನನಿ 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 ಜನನಿ
ಜನನಿ ಜನನಿ
ಜನನಿ ಜನನಿ ಜನನಿ ಜನನಿ जननी कृपा करो अम्बे जननी कृपा करो अम्बे साई जननी जय जगदम्बे साई जननी जय जननी 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 जननी
जननी
महेश्वरी मंगलदायिनी अम्बे
मातमहेश्वरी मंगलदायिनी अम्बे
मंगलदायिनी त्रिपुरेश्वरी जगदम्बे
मंगलदायिनी त्रिपुरेश्वर जगदम्बे
अभयदायिनी अमृत भाषिणी अम्बे
अभयदायिनी अमृत भाषिणी अम्बे
जननी 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 जननी
जननी जननी जननी
जननी
Thank you very much, Brother Karthikesan. If you simply close your eyes, you'll definitely feel as if you were seated in the Sai Kulwanthal in Prashanti Nilayam, Puttapati. We are extremely delighted to see so many of you have shown up today. Some of you may have been or are here for the first time, and you may not know too much of the history of this wonderful mandir. It is therefore now my pleasure to call on Brother Niven Yankatsami to enlighten us on a little bit about the richness of this beautiful abode of Bhagwan Sri Satya Sai Baba. Over to Brother Niven.
It's with love and humility I offer my humble salutations at the lotus feet of our Divine Master. Respected elders, loving sisters and brothers, Om Sai Ram. At this moment, I would like to take an opportunity for us to take a few moments to remember the late founders, members of the organization. Mr. M.C. Reddy, Mr. S. Kupan, Mr. T.S. Naidu, Mr. D.S. Naidu, Mr. Bisetti, Mr. Vasi Reddy, Mr. Sam Modley, and Mr. Rampasad. We are here today because of the instrumental role that they had played and set the foundation for this venue that we are here. So they are no longer with us. If you could just take a few moments to let's remember them. Thank you. I think also it is befitting, or it is my duty, to also recognize some of the stalwarts in the organization that are seated here. That foundation, that strong foundation that we have, is because of the dedication and the time that they put in their respective roles. So we are where we are on this journey right now because of them. They set what we are today. Sisters and brothers, to give you a little bit of info on the Sudha Mandir. Started in 1970, inspired by Swami. A few members, through personal audience and miracles, a direct contact with Swami, and that led to the founding members starting bhajans at their respective homes. In 1973, this founding group of members formed the founding body and the oldest Satya Sai Center, the Bhagwan Sri Satya Sai Foundation of South Africa. In 1979, the foundation was officially accredited with the then Satya Sai World Council at Prashanthi Nilayam. The foundation started reporting directly to Prashanthi Nilayam, regarded as the office of both Swami and the Satya Sai World Council. The trust recalls the glorious days when regular reports of the foundation's activities were sent directly to the World Council at Prashanthi Nilayam. The reports were presented by the then World Council Secretary, the late Shri H. Madi, to Swami. A telegram or memo was received confirming that the report was presented to Swami together with Swami's loving response that always motivated to aspire and achieve greater heights. In 1979, Swami blessed the foundation's building plans, and in 1979, he also blessed the annex to the building plans for the Balvikas wing, as the Balvikas wing was growing at an unprecedented momentum. Swami described the flourishing Balvikas classes as the flow of Amrit, meaning Suddha, being heavenly nectar. Thus, Swami lovingly named the foundation the Trust, which is now known as the Trust, as the Satya Sai Suddha Foundation. From 1970 to 1985, in the absence of official structures like the Satya Sai World Council and the Satya Sai organization, the foundation assumed the role of pioneering the coordination and expansion of the Sai movement in South Africa. The Suddha Foundation Mandir was a meeting point of growing number of devotees and members, from 500 to 750 devotees, traveling from far and wide to participate in the Sunday morning bhajans. public bhajans, and workshop at the foundation's premises. The members were inspired to start groups and centers close to the inspired members to start groups close to the residents throughout the country. Thus, this period witnessed the flow of Swami's love and grace that rapidly led to the growing number of members, centers, and groups. This resulted in South Africa having the highest number of members and Balvika students outside India in the 1990s. Noting the large flow of devotees to the foundations of the Mandir, Swami bestowed a materialized Shiva Lingam to the founder family, the first national president, stating that it should be used for healing of devotees. With the advent of the World Council, the charter of the Satya Sai organization and official structures, the foundation evolved to the status of founding the Satya Sai Center to its current status of a registered trust. The notarial trust deed was registered in September 1973. Shri Indralal Shah, the late Shri Indralal Shah, the World Council chair at that time, endorsed the foundation as the Satya Sai Trust for its credential and track record in April 1999 when he attended the Satya Sai Africa Conference hosted in Durban. In 2015, saw the installation of the Ganesha Murti, Shiva Lingam, and Mother Gayatri at the ashram, followed by the Mahakumbha Abhishekam. In 2016, saw the installation of the Hanuman, followed by Mahakumbha Abhishekam. In 2018, saw the start of the construction of the stupa with completion just before we went into COVID. The Mandir has hosted artists like Surya Gayatri, Swami students, revered speakers from far and abroad, and also we are lovingly have our brother who is away from home that joins us on Sunday morning to render satsang. The Satya Sai Sudha Trust resolved to join the Satya Sai Global Council on the 24th of April 2020 on its 48th anniversary. Joining the many founding centers globally, the Trust is the oldest registered and founding Satya Sai organization in South Africa, having achieved unprecedented blessings. Currently, the Trust premises classes, dance classes, music classes, there's a bookshop, resource center, library, skills trainings. It was also the first host for the Satya Sai School of Chatsworth in 1998. The Trust, praise God, is also indebted to Swami for the blessed opportunity to serve in this founding role, and pray that he continues to grace and bless the Satya Sai Trust and the Satya Sai Global family as we join the Sri Satya Sai Global Council. The Trust's beautiful and well-maintained premises with the stupa and the beautiful shrines stands as a proud legacy and will always be available for continued promotion of the Master's divine work and mission. At this juncture, before I conclude, I would like to pay tribute to the current trustees that are involved with the Sudha Mandir, Uncle Danpal Naidu, Uncle Cass Naidu, Pat Reddy, Krish Pillai, Paul Naidu, Ricky Naidu, and Uncle Pat, commonly known as Builder Pat. Thank you. Jai Sai Ram.
Thank you so much, Brother Niven, for this wonderful, comprehensive historical perspective, very succinct, but yet encapsulating all the finer important points. Brothers and sisters, some of you may not know that Brother Niven also practically lives here. He's one of the foot soldiers, very compassionate, very dedicated and committed. Let's give him a round of applause. Indian classical dance is an umbrella term used for various performance arts, rooted in religious Hindu musical theater styles whose theory and practice can be traced to the Sanskrit text, Natya Shastra. This art form is not only the quintessence of sweetness, beauty, and power of our culture, but it is also a prayer and meditation, attracting divine blessings, happiness, and peace of mind. We are privileged this morning to have with us the dancers from the Shiva Tandava School of Dance. They will now provide a rendition in classical Bharatanatyam style. Over to the Shiva Tandava School of Dance. Brothers and sisters, our very own dancers from the Sudha Mandir. Our beautiful dancers, we apologize for the technical glitch. Again, an apology to our exquisite dancers. We will come back to their dance. We're so sorry for that. Brothers and sisters, what do all these dignitaries that are seated amongst us today have in common? Dr. Rajan Kupan, Sister Savi Ramla, Dr. Madurai, and Brother Subri Naidu. All very powerful divine human beings doing amazing work as instruments of Sai. Yes, all were past presidents of the Sai organization of South Africa. Give them a round of applause. Loving devotees, to all our past presidents, we extend our heartfelt thanks and appreciation, and we acknowledge them for their selfless service and for being mentors and role models up to this day. At this juncture in our program, I think it will be only fitting to allow our past presidents a few minutes just to extend short messages of goodwill. We will start with Dr. Rajan Kupan coming forward, followed by Sister Savi Ramlal, Dr. Madurai, and Brother Subri, in that order, using this mic. Thank you very much.
Om Sai Ram, dear devotees. So this place has some awesome memories for all of us. I remember the bhajans that were happening outside there when the foundation was being laid in a tent. And to see that it's grown into this humble abode where devotees gather to worship Swami and to follow and learn his teachings. That we've come to this point where we can unveil an actual murti of Swami is quite an attainment. Firstly, it is almost impossible to capture Swami's image in painting or sculpture, let alone a murti. And this is an exquisite example of that artistry that Swami has inspired to whoever put this together. Of course, we have to acknowledge and thank our divine instrument. That's Brother Dhanpal, who's not Brother Dhanpal, but he's an instrument, just to let you know. Thank you again, Dhanpal, for that amazing effort. Dhanpal has always been that Hanuman in the organization. No matter what's going on, he'll be there somewhere lifting everything up. So we have to acknowledge that energy, that capacity, and with his foot soldiers around him, how the Sudha Mandir has carried out its role, providing that platform on which the teachings of Sai could be shared with devotees and our Balvikas teachers, educate teachers. This venue resounds with all of that knowledge, all of that ability over the last 40, 45 years. So once again, thank you to all those who have made this day possible, that have allowed us to be able to carry the message of Swami in such an unbroken way. So thank you again to our amazing team of Sevadals. And I just want to wish all of you an amazing remembrance of Swami's birthday. Just remember that it is excuse me, raising that vibration now that we have to engage as the world goes through even more turmoil. Our link will be to hold on to Swami's feet by raising your vibration. Jai Sai Ram.
I offer most humble salutations to the lotus feet of our beloved Swami. Om Sai Ram Divya, loving sisters and brothers. Well, it comes to the Sudha Mandir. I think Dr. Kupan has captured the service that the services that we had in this mandir. But I was introduced into this mandir even before I came here. They were going to have a Balvikas refreshers course in the Sudha Mandir. And I was coming to the refreshers course, and that night before I could come, Swami showed me the Sudha Mandir. And when I came here, I realized on the second day that I had a dream on the night before, he had showed me the Sudha Mandir. And yes, to Brother Dhanpal, I would say, every festival is sure to be performed here. And he gives everyone an opportunity to use this mandir. And I know from where it is to what now it is, and always offers this mandir for us to use. And it's always open for everyone. We've had many programs here. And Brother Danpal, I even said this the last time when I came here, every festival, every festivals of the organization is celebrated here. And I'm very happy to be associated with this mandir. And I know even as a president when we were here, Brother Danpal gave us his full support, and I thank him for that. And I wish everybody, Baba's birthday is coming now. Everybody a very happy, celebration of Baba's birthday. And thank you, Brother Danpal, for inviting me here today. Thank you, and Om Sai Ram.
I offer my humble pranams at the divine lotus feet of our God, Guru and Savior, Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba. Dear embodiments of love, Om Sai Ram to one and all. I have great memories of this place. This was our first home in the very early 80s. I was in my bad time, where I was involved in all the bad habits you can think of. And the late Mr. M.C. Reddy called me, gave me a phone call, said, Subri, I want you to be the coordinating chairperson for Midlands. And I said, man like me you want? He said, yes. So why I remember this place, sisters and brothers, because I had to kneel down there and I had to sign a pledge. I used to drink, smoke, take drugs, all the bad habits you could think of. And I had to sign a pledge that I will not touch this again. The disciplines were so high at that time that no leader can be leading in the organization if you're taking any one of those bad habits. And I want to thank the leaders, all my past presidents and all the leaders that came out with such strong discipline, because it's through that, it's now 40 years that I've given up all these bad habits. So loving sisters and brothers, this was our first home. I want to thank Brother Danpal. Brother Danpal has got so much of love, always treated us elders with lots and lots of respect. You could see here who he's got here, and he's got a big heart, so let us give Danpal a big hand as well. I just want to leave you all a message for Baba's birthday. Normally when it comes to birthdays, we always give gifts to people. Some of us give expensive gifts, some of us can give what we, can afford. So what gift do we give Swami this year for his 97th birthday? Mother Yashoda, Lord Krishna's mother, one day decided at 3:30 in the morning, she wants to make curd and she wants to put all the love, every bit of love she wants into this curd. And she did it. When Lord Krishna came home that afternoon, and his mother said, I've made curd with all the love. He says, I know, Mom. He says, I know, Mother, you made it with full of love. But I'm full, I already ate. And the mother said, where did you eat? And he said, I stole the curd of the Gopikas. And the mother said, but I put all the love in here. And he said, yes, Mother, I know you put the love, but the Gopikas put the pure hearts in it. So loving sisters and brothers, our loving Swami wants all of us as a birthday gift to offer a pure heart to him. Let us all strive, try our best to purify our hearts so we could give it at His divine lotus feet. And with that, I wish you all a very, very happy birthday on the 23rd. Sai Ram. Thank you.
Brother Subri, which means there's hope for some of us. Swami's bad boy to perfect boy. I'm just checking, is Dr. Madurai in the room? We would also like for him to offer a message of goodwill, probably when he comes in a little later. We will acknowledge him. We want to go back to our wonderful dancers. We once again apologize for that break due to this technical glitch, but the music is back on. So these exquisite dancers from the Shiva Tandava Dance Academy, let's welcome them back on stage. There you have it, brothers and sisters, our very own from the Siddha Mandir, dancers from the Shiva Tandava Dance Academy. Now, I think earlier Swami was very busy with some devotees. So he wanted to watch that dance in full, and that is why he played out that Leela, and they had to come back. And you were very fortunate because you had 1.5 dance instead of 1. We will now move ahead with the program, and we hand you over to our maestro, Brother Karthikesan.
शिवाय परमेश्वराय चन्द्रशेखराय नमः हराय गुणसाम्भवाय शिवताण्डवाय नमः हराय गुणसाम्भवाय शिवताण्डवाय नमः शिवाय परमेश्वराय चन्द्रशेखराय नमः हराय गुणसाम्भवाय शिवताण्डवाय नमः भस्मभूषितांग साई चन्द्रशेखर भस्मभूषितांग साई चन्द्रशेखर बालनेत्र शूलधारि साई शंकरा
बालनेत्र शूलधारि साई शंकरा
बालनेत्र शूलधारि साई शंकरा
बालनेत्र शूलधारि साई शंकरा
भस्मभूषितांग साई चन्द्रशेखर
भस्मभूषितांग साई चन्द्रशेखरा
भस्मभूषितांग साई चन्द्रशेखर
भस्मभूषितांग साई चन्द्रशेखरा
रामगान प्रियकर साई शंकरा
रामगान प्रियकर साई शंकरा
रामगान प्रियकर साई शंकरा
रामगान प्रियकर साई शंकरा
हर 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 शिव शंभो नटन शेखर
हर हर शिव शंभो नटन शेखर
हर 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 शिव शंभो नटन शेखर
हर 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 शिव शंभो नटन शेखर
पतिवास साई देव साई शंकरा
पतिवास साई देव साई शंकरा
पतिवास साई देव
शंकरा सत्य साई शंकरा सत्य साई शंकरा
साई शंकरा सत्य साई शंकरा
सत्य साई शंकरा
भस्मभूषितांग साई चन्द्रशेखर भस्मभूषितांग साई चन्द्रशेखर बालनेत्र शूलधारि साई शंकरा
बालनेत्र शूलधारि साई शंकरा
भस्मभूषितांग साई चन्द्रशेखर नामगान प्रियकर साई शंकरा
रामगान प्रियकर साई शंकरा
नामगान प्रियकर साई शंकरा
रामगान प्रियकर साई शंकरा
हर 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 शिव शंभो नटन शेखरा
हर हर शिव शंभो नटन शेखरा
हर 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 शिव शंभो नटन शेखरा
हर 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 शिव शंभो नटन शेखरा
पतिवास साई देव साई शंकरा
पतिवास साई देव साई शंकरा
साई शंकरा सत्य साई शंकरा सत्य साई शंकरा भस्मभूषितांग साई चन्द्रशेखर शतकोटि नमन शतकोटि नमन साईरा शतकोटि नमन साईरा शतकोटि नमन साईरा 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 शतबार कहो रे साईरा 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 शतबार कहो रे
साईरा 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 साईरा
शतबार कहो रे साईरा 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 शतबार
कहो रे साईरा 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 साईरा
हे मंगल नयनारा हे गोपी जीवन
मंगल नयनारा हे गोपी जीवनाशा
हे मंगल नयनारा हे गोपी जीवन
मंगल नयनारा हे गोपी जीवनाशा
हे शिरडी के भगवान हे प्रशांति निलयरा
शिरडी के भगवान हे प्रशांति निलयरा
हे शिरडी के भगवान हे प्रशांति निलयरा
शिरडी के भगवान हे प्रशांति निलयरा
शतकोटि नमन साईरा
शतकोटि नमन साईरा
शतकोटि नमन साईरा
शतकोटि नमन
साई राम साई राम साई राम
साईरा साईरा साईरा
साई राम साई राम साई राम
साईरा साईरा
शतबार कहो रे साईरा साई राम साई राम शतबार कहो रे साईरा साई राम साई राम साई राम हे मंगल नयनारा हे गोपी जीवन श्याम हे मंगल
नयनारा हे गोपी जीवनाशा
हे शिरडी के भगवान हे प्रशांति निलयरा हे
के भगवान हे प्रशांति निलयरा
शतकोटि नमन साईरा
शतकोटि नमन साईरा
साई राम 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 शतबार कहो रे साई राम साई राम साई राम साई राम नंद किशोरा श्याम गोपाला नंद किशोरा श्याम गोपाला श्याम गोपाल मदन गोपाल श्याम गोपाल मदन गोपाल हे कृष्णा हे कृष्णा हे कृष्णा हे कृष्णा किशोर श्याम गोपाल
किशोर राम गोपाल
नंद किशोर श्याम गोपाल
किशोर राम गोपाल
श्याम गोपाल मदन गोपाल
राम गोपाल मदन गोपाल
श्याम गोपाल मदन गोपाल
गोपाल मदन गोपाल
श्याम गोपाल मदन गोपाल श्याम गोपाल
मदन गोपाल
विठ्ठल जय पांडुरंग पांडुरंग विठ्ठल जय पांडुरंग पांडुरंग विठ्ठल जय पांडुरंग
विठ्ठल जय पांडुरंग
हे कृष्णा हे कृष्णा हे कृष्णा हे कृष्णा विठ्ठल जय पांडुरंग पांडुरंग विठ्ठल जय पांडुरंग नंद किशोर श्याम गोपाल श्याम गोपाल मदन गोपाल श्याम गोपाल मदन गोपाल गोपाल विठ्ठल जय पांडुरंग पांडुरंग विठ्ठल पांडुरंग विठ्ठल जय पांडुरंग विठ्ठल जय पांडुरंग 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 विठ्ठल जय पांडुरंग पांडुरंग विठ्ठल जय पांडुरंग पांडुरंग विठ्ठल जय पांडुरंग हे कृष्णा हे कृष्णा एदरीयं कलन्दरं मस्तम् एकशेत्रु शेदरिया
अलीमान मनस्तो मनंगुलाने अली अली मान मनस्तो मनंगुला में अली
साई अली अली मान मनस्तो मनंगुला में अली अली ईमान मनस्तो मनंगुला में अली
हेदरीयं कलन्दरं मस्तं हेदरीयं कलन्दरं मस्तं
दमान मिलदारम देश के दू तेरिया अली मौला अली अली मौला अली साई मौला अली 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 मौला मस्त नजरों से अल्लाह बजाए, माँ जमालों से अल्लाह बजाए। कभी दीवार हिलती है, कभी धड़कना बुझाता है, अली का नाम सुनकर अभी कई परिंदा बुझाता है। Ali dum dum, Ali mola, Ali dum dum. Remiya pina di rupa pina zarin. 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 Misle kona sukh pehchana. Ali mola, Ali mola, Ali dum Ali mola, Ali mola, Ali dum dum. Ali mola, Ali mola, Ali dum dum. Ali mola, Ali mola, Ali Ali dum dum. Ali mola, Ali mola, Ali dum dum. Ali mola, Ali mola, Ali Ali dum dum. Ali mola, Ali mola, Ali dum dum. Ali mola, Ali mola, Ali dum dum. Ali mola, Ali mola, Ali dum dum. Ali Ali mola, Ali mola, Ali dum dum. Ali mola, Ali mola, Ali dum dum. Ali mola, Ali mola, sai dum dum. Ali mola, Ali mola, sai dum dum. नज़रों से अल्लाह बजाए, मस्त नज़रों से अल्लाह बजाए। Ali 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 राबता इल्ला अली राबता इल्ला अली जद्दा अली 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 मौला अली मौला अली दम दम अली मौला अली मौला अली दम दम अली मौला अली दम दम अली मौला अली मौला अली दम दम मस्त नज़रों से अल्लाह बजाए 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 मजमालों से अल्लाह बजाए मजमालों से अल्लाह बजाए मस्त नज़रों से अल्लाह बजाए मस्त नज़रों से अल्लाह बजाए मजमालों से अल्लाह बजाए मजमालों से अल्लाह बजाए रूठ लेते हैं मुस्कुरा Ali, Ali Mola, Ali Mola, Ali, Ali, Ali Mola, Ali Mola, Ali, Ali. Niriga, riga, magari sasani, papa mariga, sani saga pama pa. Niriga, riga, magari sasani, papa mariga, sani saga pama pa. Anandamaya Bhagavan, he premamaya Bhagavan, Anandamaya Bhagavan, he premamaya Bhagavan. Oh Bhagavan, Sai Bhagavan, oh Bhagavan, Sai Bhagavan, oh Bhagavan, Sai Bhagavan, oh Bhagavan, Sai Bhagavan. He Karunanite Prabhu Sai Ram,
हे करुणानिधे प्रभु साई राम,
He Karunanite Prabhu Sai Ram,
हे करुणानिधे प्रभु साई राम,
कृपानिते दीनों के प्राण,
कृपानिधे दीनों के प्राण,
कृपानिते दीनों के प्राण,
कृपानिधे दीनों के प्राण,
आओ साई मुझे चरण लगाओ, आओ साई मुझे चरण लगाओ, दया करो भगवान,
दया करो भगवान,
दया करो भगवान, दया करो
भगवान,
मुझे कृपा करो भगवान, कृपा करो
भगवान,
तुम्हारा नाम साई राम गणेशाम, भगवान तुम्हारा नाम साई राम गणेशाम, भगवान तुम्हारा नाम। तुम बिन कोई नहीं रखवारे, तुम बिन कोई
नहीं रखवारे,
तुम बिन कोई नहीं आपद समारे, तुम बिन
कोई नहीं आपद समारे,
तुम बिन प्रेम कोई नहीं देने वाले,
तुम बिन प्रेम कोई नहीं देने वाले,
तुम मेरे आत्मा राम बाबा, तुम
मेरे आत्मा
करुणानिधे साई राम करुणानिधे प्रभु साई राम कृपानिधे दीनों के प्राण कृपानिधे दीनों के प्राण आओ साई मुझे चरण लगा आओ साई मुझे चरण लगा दया करो भगवान मुझे कृपा करो भगवान कृपा करो तुम्हारा नाम साई राम भगवान तुम्हारा नाम साई राम भगवान तुम्हारा नाम तुम बिन कोई नहीं रखवारे तुम बिन कोई नहीं रखवारे तुम बिन कोई नहीं आपत समारे तुम बिन कोई नहीं आपत समारे तुम बिन प्रेम कोई नहीं देने वाले तुम बिन प्रेम कोई नहीं देने वाले तुम हो मेरे राम बाबा तुम मेरे आत्मा राम बाबा तुम हो मेरे आत्मा राम भगवान तुम्हारा नाम साई राम तुम्हारा नाम भगवान तुम्हारा नाम साई राम तुम्हारा नाम साई राम गणेश भगवान तुम्हारा नाम।
Brother Karthikeyan, to you and your wonderful accompanying artists playing all the musicians, playing all the instruments, we want to say thank you so much for generating such powerful and energizing vibrations in the mandir this morning. Are you enjoying the program? Wonderful. Let's give them a round of applause. If you've been very observant, Swami sitting in front of you, if you've been watching, he has been tapping his feet while listening to the music. So if you have not caught that as yet, let's become more observant. Okay, so we want to move ahead with the program. And you know, when you have a function of this nature, somehow lots of people gravitate from far and wide. So this morning, we're also fortunate to have with us our revered Swamiji, who has come all the way from Delhi. He was here officiating by lighting the traditional lamp. So we're very indebted to him for being here today. We also have many people who are here from Johannesburg and Cape Town and other parts of the country, as well as other continents. So we want to welcome them, especially this morning. In addition to that, we do have a very fine gentleman who is the regional president in the UK. He was born in Stanger, lived in Johannesburg for a while, did some sterling work, and is presently continuing to do some very good work with the Sai School in Lenasia. But he's presently a resident in the UK. We're very fortunate to have him with us today. He is Mr. Seelan Mudley. So I'm going to allow him a few minutes just to give us some message of goodwill. Brother Seelan.
I offer my prayerful salutations to the Lord of the universe, our Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba. I also offer my salutations and reverence to Amma for giving us this fantastic venue. A slight correction there for Sister Ansya. I am the ex-regional president for one of the regions in the UK. I've given up my role a few years now. I'd like to bring you good wishes from the UK. You are so fortunate that Swami has blessed you with this magnificent venue. And, you know, in the UK, we have to hire out schools. And we have a few hours to come in, set up, and take everything once we're done. So you are so fortunate. Today is such an auspicious day where we've unveiled this glorious Murti of Swami. And I would like to ask each and every one of you to make a pledge today that you unveil the Swami in your heart. Surrender to Swami today and every day going forward, that Swami may guide you and direct you. Let Swami be that pilot, that driver of your life, driving you and guiding you to live his life, to live your life in accordance with his message. Remember, Swami said, "My life is my message." We should respond to Swami saying, "Swami, our lives are now your message." With that, I would like to say congratulations, well done, and may Swami continue to bless you forever. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Seelan, and please convey our best wishes to all the devotees back in the UK as well. And we want to wish you all the best in your endeavors, and especially with the project work that you have come here specifically to do for the Sai schools in South Africa. So all the best. When I speak of a gentleman by the name of Dr. Mahawalal, obviously there's something that resonates with that name, doesn't it? Most certainly. In fact, he is an ardent devotee in the organization called the Divine Life Society of South Africa. And we're also very privileged to have Dr. Mahawalal with us also this morning. So I'm going to, without further ado, offer him a few minutes also to extend a kind message to all of us. Thank you. Dr. Mahawalal.
Om. My salutations and prostrations at the lotus feet of Bhagwan Sri Satya Sai Baba, at the feet of Pujya Swami Sahajananda, and at the holy feet of our Divine Master, Sri Swami Shivananda. Respected spiritual dignitaries, guests, officials and members of the Sri Satya Sai Sudha Mandir, it is indeed a pleasure for us to be here this morning on this very important and august occasion. Divine Life Society of South Africa has had a very cordial and a warm relationship with this mandir for many, many years. Pujya Swami Sahajananda has graced many satsangs and events at this mandir as well. And whilst we are celebrating the consecration of this beautiful and stunning shrine and Baba's 97th birth anniversary, we in Divine Life Society of South Africa, by no coincidence, but by divine intervention, are celebrating also our centenary celebrations, being the 100th birth anniversary of Pujya Swami Sahajananda in 2025, and the 100th sannyas anniversary of Sri Swami Shivananda in 2024. I'm drawing this parallel because I said it is not coincidence, but divine intervention that the Sri Satya Sai organization and Divine Life Society are celebrating or observing such milestones. I must say that I've graced many functions, and I had the good fortune of acting in a play in this very venue many years ago. And the cordial relationship that we've had with the mandir spans many decades. On this note, we want to compliment the officials and members for the sterling work that they are doing in promoting Baba's teachings and keeping the flames of Hinduism burning with steadfast dignity. We've observed that the members and officials conduct their work and their offerings, their humanitarian work, their social work, their religious offerings, with a sense of quiet dignity, kindness, and complete dedication and loyalty. Keep it up. We wish you well, and we hope and pray that the association that we have, that is Divine Life Society of South Africa and the Sri Satya Sai Sudha Mandir, continues and grows from strength to strength. Om.
Thank you so much, Dr. Mawela. In fact, I do endorse the fact that we have shared an extremely cordial relationship, especially of the Sri Satya Sai Sudha Mandir, as well as the Divine Life Society of South Africa. Our guest speaker for today is Dr. Reggie Reddy. This fine gentleman actually needs no introduction, because his impact through his work and many talks have left an indelible mark on the minds of thousands of devotees in South Africa and abroad. Dr. Reddy grew up in one of the first Sai centers in South Africa, that is Greenwood Park. He has witnessed Sai miracles from the early age of 8 years old. He has served the Sai fraternity in various positions and portfolios, at centers, even at the regional level, the provincial level, the national level, and also played an instrumental role in the continent of Africa. Dr. Reddy has presented at many international conferences on spiritual and secular health areas. Dr. Reddy presently practices as an integrated healthcare practitioner in Gauteng, but was was born in Durban, so he grew up in Durban. So today he is back in his hometown, and we truly welcome him. Without further ado, it is my singular honor then to request Dr. Reggie Reddy to enlighten us with some special information in the area of spirituality and to inspire us, as he always does. Dr. Reggie?
My humble pranams at the lotus feet, our loving Lord, our dear Mother Sai, the Sai that remembers always, even though that we may forget. This is indeed a special time, special occasion for Swami. How do we restore our spirituality, our faith and confidence? And this unique setup here in one of the founding centers in South Africa, in the Satya Sai Sudha Mandir, has shown us a recipe. The wisdom of the adults, as Brother Danpal said, energy of the youth, and that's an awe and wonder, and I often use it as a reference throughout the whole country and the world, to say there's something special to bring us together, right? The reverence and respect of the elders, and Swami has shown this. I was in the ashram in 2002, where Swami had felicitated the elders. When I saw today Mr. T.S. Naidu and Amkias and his wife here, and to be in this position of 97, 87 years, and still had the faith and confidence that the avatar is the living God that within every one of us. And that's truly inspirational for each one of us here, to know that there is a burning light in every one of us. We went through the difficult period for the last 2.5 years of the COVID crisis in the world, and often dented our confidence and made us subjugated, and often made us slaves to the world in terms of who we are and what's our being. Whether we're going to be alive, whether we're going to be dead, and we had a fear syndrome that's developed. Whether it's wearing to the mask, or whether to the vaccinations, or whether through the consumption of whereby the shares of Dis-Chem has gone up and shares of Clicks has gone up with multivitamins, right? So we became sort of dependent on these things from the outside, right? And we forgot that there's something intrinsic within us, the dependence of the living avatar, the living God within us, that brought us to you and I here today. And the reverence and respect to our past, the founders of the Sudha Mandir, the past leaders who are not here today, and the past past, present, the leaders here today. I offer my reverence and respect to each and every one of them. That we're here as an organization here today because of collectively that we made a difference to ourselves. Now, what is the key aspect of this intrinsic faith within yourself, right? Is the faith to knowing that you are a living spark and living being of the avatar, right? You are unique and special. This is why it said when you give the blood of the blood donations, that what is unique in the Sai devotees giving the blood. Naturally, there is a different, and Brother Rajan Kuppan also speaks about the raising your vibration. So when your vibration state is different in the blood, so when you give the blood to the person who is receiving the blood, their vibration changes. And this is how the world changes subtly by the Satyasai advent of the Satyasai energy within yourself. Swami speaks about in the Gita Vayini. If any one book I urge every one of you all to look and to read is the Gita Vayini. In chapter 8, 9, and 10, it talks about the concept of the attributes of mankind and how Bharat and India and the world has survived in terms of this journey. And in this, he calls it in the Varnas, he talks about the attributes of the individual. He says that in the culture of Bharat, that this is by descent, right? In the world, that you have the attributes and then you engineer yourself to affect the world change. In the Western world, our attributes in terms of what we do is our karmic journey, right? This is the basic difference. Now, when you understand that the attributes of the concept of the Varnas, then you know how easy it is to choose the leaders of the world, and how easy is that everybody will become a Bhagavad convener, everybody will become a medical doctor, whatever it may be, right? So we need to go back and reflect on this year as the leadership of the country. Now, what is need and necessary at this hour in the time, right? People can have all the complaints in the South African landscape of all the problems in the world that is existing around us, globally, internationally, and locally, and our roads and whatever has happened. But we need to transcend that. Satyasai organizations, Satyasai devotees are the leaders of the world. We must lead by example. It's what's called precept and practice. I cannot come here today on stage here to say what you should do. I said, what have I done with my life and how I've changed myself, right? And you have the power to change. And when you enter the portals of the Satyasai mission, Satyasai organization, you have agreed that you will not be the same person in the world, right? You are the chain mechanics. So when you go to the world tomorrow, into the world to say that, what difference I'm going to make to myself but make a difference to the world, is called the principle of resonance, right? So you resonate this year, and again, you have to raise your vibration state. To come out of this COVID crisis that we had, all these attributes, all this so-called disadvantagedness that we had within ourselves, so-called the negative attributes, right? But you have to rise above it. If you have the faith and confidence that the Avatar has allowed you to be born in this time when he was here walking this earth, you and I had the breath control and the breath interaction of the oxygen and nitric oxide and carbon dioxide. There's something unique and special, every one of you. He has given you this body, he's given you the attributes, given you all our careers, given you your life. Now is the time to give back, right? When the Global Council was formed throughout the whole world organization, and when I told Brother Dhanpal about the Global Council and what it consists of, and he said, we will join immediately. That's a faith and confidence he had that this Global Council is unite the world. There is no two organizations, there's only one organization. There's only one organization that attributed a light into the portals and to the lotus feet of the Lord at Prashanthi Nilayam, right? So when somebody takes the decision like Brother Dhanpal took with the Surya Mandir, there is an example of faith and confidence that you can do it. So this organization is not for the faint-hearted. This organization is for the leaders of the world to make a change yourself. When Swami said, I unmake you and remake you and replace your ego with a transcendental consciousness. So it subjugates your ego and fortifies your spirituality and raises your vibration to a high level of consciousness. So that you must understand that you are unique and different. But you're only unique and different if you put the teachings into practice, right? So there's a fine thread in spirituality, as Swami said, that you either can fall on either side of the coin, either can dwell into the worldly situations, or you can dwell into the realms of spirituality. So the choice is yours. Who makes you sad or who makes you happy? It's you. And the good thing about being happy that you use less muscles around you for smiles. So everybody must smile and be happy all the time, right? So there's a science here. So I want you to realize that you have the power within yourself to take charge of your life, right? In terms of where we were in terms of COVID, in terms of where our country. Our country needs people like the Divine Life Society that we wish to work very closely, and we look forward to re-establishing and reigniting relationships with organizations, the Divine Life, right? Is to rise here, the so-called from the portals of South Africa, right, to rise to the roads of restoration. When you sing the song that Baba's on the main line, you have to say to yourself that I'm going to be in the main line of Baba's mission. I'm going to be focused. And what's the focus? Swami said in Prashant Divani, Ekagarta, one-pointed concentration. You have to say to yourself that I'm going to forget about the negativity. I'm going to rise in myself. If I chose to live in this country here in South Africa, I chose by choice. Otherwise, lots of you and me and everybody else could have left this country. So he said, we want to be part of the solutionist thinking. So to be part of the solutionist thinking, you have to get rid of your hate, your anger, your differences, right? What we call is a unity in diversity. Seek the unity principle in every one of you. And Sathya Sai Baba and his teachings, the epitome of that, right? Is how are you able to get close to him? There's two main things with Swami. It's a love and love and love, right? It's love all and serve all. If you say your journey is to love all and serve all, and then how can you treat your fellow workers, your fellow human beings, your fellow colleagues in the world? In the same principle. You can't say, I'm loving Swami and I'm hating somebody else and causing divisions. So if you're causing divisions in the world, there is a problem, right? So the idea of Global Council came to the world of bringing about a recipe of undoing and remaking, of restoring the principle of the teaching of the Vardanas to know that the grandfather is the dictum of the household, followed by the eldest brother, and that's how it is. So we want to restore in the Global Council consciousness in the organization to know that, like in Prashanti Nilayam, the people who are serving Prashanti Nilayam have got the time. People have retired. People have, or the semi-retirement, have got time to serve, right? So we have to take our children, our youth together with us in this journey to say that we want to work together, right? So you cannot take a decision here, right, without going to the elders. For example, here in Sudha Mandir, everything has to happen here. They'll go to Uncle Dhanpal, they will go to Uncle Kes, and so forth. And now Mr. T.S. Naidu is living here, he's 97 years old. So you see, you need the blessings of her. So you don't restore these blessings of her, and it is not going to happen. So that's the consciousness of Global Council. To bring this consciousness of reverence and respect is to restore the organization. Here in this country there, we have to come together to say, brothers and sisters, we need a seminar on values and ethics. We need a seminar on economics and values. We need a seminar on management and value system, right? We heard our wonderful Brother Karthikeyan and all the lovely musicians here today. The Sabda Brahma today, the music, the sound of creation, the difference in sounds. This is why what you eat, this is why what you hear is so critical. So, and I was going to ask you a question. How many hours do you think that each one in the world average spends on cell phone and electronic gadgets today? Let's ask one of the youth, right? Okay, yes, she's got lovely teeth, and let me ask her, the lovely smile. How many hours? The average world data in today, 2022, is 2 hours and 47 minutes. Now some of you spend more on that. How many of you all have your supper and dinner or lunch from the television? Right? It's becoming a norm. So you alter the vibrations of the food as a prasadam. Some years ago, Brother Rajan Kupra and I, we went to the medical university at Mibudunza, and with one of the national medical photographers, and we did a study on Kurdian photography. And Brother Rajan did one on food, and we did one on meditation. And we saw the changing aura for the people that who prayed on the food, right? And the people who did the meditation, and the aura changes. And I will ask Brother Rajan whether the video is still available, right? It tells you the impact of food that you're eating as prasadam. If you're going to have the food from the television, so it's going to be the prasadam of the television or the prasadam of the food, right? Right? The fact is that the televisions are dumb. They cannot talk back to you. Right? Right? That's the reality. So why I'm bringing this issue about social media and consciousness here? If you want to play the part of rising as an individual, as a leader to change our country, right? You have to say to yourself, I want to spend more time on the Babas in the main line, and I want to be in the main line with Baba to change the world. To change the world, you have to change ourselves. We want to change vibration in this country, change the way we do things in terms of integrity, honesty, discipline. Right? The small thing. Somebody gave the example that if there is a pen on the table there, and if you use it without permission, it's like stealing the pen. And if at work, that if you're using your cell phones at work or the computers at work for your own self, you're stealing your boss's time. That means technically you're a theft. Right? So sorry. Right? I'm highlighting this to search your consciousness within yourself and how to have your value-based system of life. You need to change. So we need to understand that we need young leaders, we need the elders, we need the wisdom together, and that's what we want. That's what we want to restore. And the most important thing is that get a balance between social media, get a balance between your life, between your attributes, your working journey, and say to yourself, I want to get this family life well, because each side family is an island of change. Right? Only you could do this is collectively. So I was traveling last night on the plane, and I had this gentleman sitting next to me, right? And he says, I have a 16-year-old son, but he says, I tried to give him all the things that I didn't have in my life, right? And he says, I haven't got it. Up to now, I didn't get it right, right? He says, my son wants more and more and more. He wants more branded shoes. He wants more higher cell phones. He wants everything more and more. Right? So this is the culture that we've got. We want instant gratification, and we want more and more. But Swami has shown us, less is more. Right? He doesn't own anything in the world. The only property he says my students. Right? He has minimal garments, minimal foods to eat. Right? So in this minimal food, your 5 senses, I want each one of you all to search yourself about your 5 senses, about what you hear, what you speak, what you feel, and what you consume. Brother Subri Naidu, our past president, has shown us, if you want to be a true leader in this organization to change this world, change yourself to the 5 senses. There is no shortcut to it, right? You have to say to yourself, I'm doing it in small blocks, but constant and consistently. The only thing that's subject to change is what? Right? Is being consistent. The second today is history, right? And time is God, right? This time that you've got in this world is minimal. Right? So we got the 97 Advent. We got 3 years now to the centenary Advent. But the time is now to prepare yourself to change. People say that I'm looking for Paramasai, waiting for Paramasai. Right? I'm looking for the golden age. The golden age is here. Right? How can you look at the golden? How you feel the golden? The light and blossom. I just came back from Prashant and Nilayam a few months ago, and I said to myself, when I saw the Puttapati, the Chitrapati river flowing the way it was, the light, the divine essence of it, I realized the golden age is here, right? And it's there for you to accept the golden age, but you have to change yourself by promoting what? The unity principle. Thought, word, and deed, unity and harmony together. There's a few things I want to leave with you as devotees, as people here, right? Brother Rajan Koopman has done this for many years with us, the Summer Course 1990, Summer Course 1993, and Vayani series. I pray to each one of you all in each of one of your centers, when you go back today, so to go back to the drawing board, right? The elders of the organization have got a lot to offer still, right? We want to fuse this wisdom of the elders and the wisdom and the energy of the youth. But you need to look at certain iconic literature, the man and management and these kinds of things. How do you take literature and to put in your practice, right? Swami is there to give you. Swami said something very interesting. He says that the Vedas and the Puranas are pervading in the cosmos. Like you download information in the computer that you want. How do you download information from the universe and the cosmos to become conscious of that, to know whether you're doing the right thing or the wrong thing? You only do it when? In the sound of silence. Do not underestimate your morning prayer, right? Do not underestimate your sadhana, and do not underestimate your yogic exercises. Get your mind, body in balance, otherwise you cannot function. I pray that each one of you get inspired by the advent of Swami's 90th birthday. Yesterday we had the the November 19th, the program of the Ladies' Day. And let's not forget the mothers of the organization. Let's not forget the power of the mother that gives birth to creation. And to restore this world and to pristine nature of right conduct, we have to listen to the mothers and restore the Shakti energy, and to realize that the men need to play the part by understanding the woman more and more, right? And we've got these wonderful ladies here who inspired us, a lot of mothers who are here, and our wonderful elders, like Ms. T.S. Snyder, 97 years old, she wants to come and grace us here today, and we thank each and every one of them. I pray that Swami guides and inspires you to make the change, not tomorrow, but today, and not today, this hour and this second, this minute. Om Sai Ram to you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Reggie Reddy. It's always a pleasure to listen to you. And if you want a little more of that nectar, I'm sure you can go back to some of his videos on YouTube. I know I've looked at least 3 of them, where he links clinical care to spirituality as well. So a very beautiful approach. So please take time to look at that. Also information that can come from Dr. Rajan Kupan. You know, there's been so much of wonderful nectar that he's given and presented over the many years. We can also go back and get that information on YouTube. Now, I've been noticing that Brother Sizwe has been very patient in front, doing his work very selflessly. And Swami always said, you know, we have to, it's only one religion, right? The religion of love. You just got to be a better Hindu or a better Buddhist or a better Sikh or a better Muslim or a better Christian. So, Brother Sizwe, do you want to say something?
Thank you, Dr. Hamud. I wouldn't say much, but what I can say is I'm glad to be part of this function. And I've been with Sai since I'm with Brother Suda. So it's always a pleasure to do this kind of job. Thank you.
So wonderful. Thank you so much, Brother Sizwe. Brother Sudha, you want to quickly say something? He's our big chief. Maybe they'll just want to know when they can view them on YouTube, or is it going live at the moment? Live at the moment. Okay, so I know what all of you are going to do when you go back home. We're now come to the concluding part of our program. But remember, Swami always says that you must show gratitude with humility and sincerity to whoever has done to you any good. It is at this point that we want to acknowledge and express heartfelt thanks and appreciation to all the sponsors and devotees who will eventually do
The Danpal. And yes, Balvikas is my passion as well. So for all the Balvikas, young adults that are sitting here and all the gurus, please carry on with the good work. And I must acknowledge all our past leaders, Dr. Kupan, Dr. Reddy, Dada Subri, and Sister Savi, and Dr. Madare, for giving us the solid background that we have today. And please don't forget, we have the Sri Satya Sai Institute of Educare, which offers all the beautiful programs that you want to be part of. Jai Sai Ram. Thank you.
I feel happy now, Sister Roshan. Once again, on behalf of our trustees, I want to say thank you from the bottom of our hearts. The work of the movement will go on. And if I'm going to say thank you, you'll be sitting here for a long time. I want to say thank you to all. We have messages from New Zealand, from Australia, from Geeta Reddy from Hyderabad, from the Naidus from Canada, East Africa, and also from Prashanti itself. They're watching it there now. When Swami asked me to go do my job and I will look after your job. And adding to this, being in the Divine Life Society, we have to be like Swami. All what you see here, you're sitting on the carpet, the tile, the stage, is been done by Swamiji of the Divine Life Society. I see our doctor here. Doc, take this message. Our carpets are old now, Doc. I see you change your carpet to blue. We have a lot of activities here. You have seen our dance, children dancing here. We have yoga classes here. Dr. Reddy, this is for you now. We want the temple of healing to continue here. We have all the facilities that's here, and we want to thank all those doctors that come here. But due to COVID and due to the storm, some of our buildings were damaged. And Dr. Reddy, it is your duty now to get our team, our building team, and complete this. Simple. Swami said, tell somebody. I'm not telling. I told you I'm instrument. So he's telling via me. Tell Dr. Reddy. And Dr. Rajan Kupan and Rodney and so forth, finish the peace room, please. So they'll have to finish it before Swami's next birthday. There's so much to say, so much to thank. I want to thank some of them. These people, this team work that's here, tireless. It wasn't easy, tireless. And bring the Murti down. I'm always said, they ask me, Uncle Danpal, how are you going to pay for this? 680,000 rand, how are you going to pay for it? Don't ask me, ask him. Seriously. And we got together, we put a deposit of 100,000 to start building it 3 years ago. But still nobody wants to come and say, Uncle Danpal, let's finish this thing. I said, okay, leave it. He'll have to send it, not me. It's his duty now. Swami said, you take one step, I'll take. And for sure, he did that. All of a sudden, a gentleman was renovating the temple at Prashanti Nilayam. And before that, they had a meeting with Brother Ratnakar. I've got the video of this. And all of a sudden, this guy told to Brother Ratnakar, there is an ashram in South Africa, Sudha Mandir. and Dhanpal Naidu is there, we need to pay for it. Pay for it, you pay for it. And behold, the gentleman paid for it. And Swami was here. So this is how Swami works. Even when we did this, Swamiji came, he said, come to the office. He came, I went to the office, he said, make Dhanpal a check for 800,000 rands. I said, for what? So I said, Swamiji, no, we can't do it. Who's going to do it? I said, no, Swamiji, you do it. I told Swamiji, next day, all this was broken and done. So if you have that faith in whatever you want to do, it will be 100% done, as Dr. Reddy said. Take one step to me, I'll take not 100 this time, I'll take 1,000,000. Those flowers and garlands, we want to thank the Spingo undertakers. And I already told them when I die, you must do my funeral free. I want to make you laugh. You're all quiet and hungry. And yes, we want to thank them. The cakes that's there, the township, center of township, Indrani and them. They said, Uncle Dhanpal, not a problem. I just phoned them. I said, I want a cake. Okay, you want a cake? I'll deal with the cake. That's it. We didn't go and ask the individuals. We said, I told this team, now we want meals. This is Uncle Dhanpal, how we get it? Don't worry. We'll get the meals. Our sister that uses the premises here. Uncle Dhanpal, there's 5,000 rand for the meals. I didn't ask her. There were no bouquets here on yesterday. I swear to God, there were no bouquets. I asked one of the ladies, I don't know. What do you mean, I don't know? And this morning there was a message for a lady from Phoenix. She sent me a message. Please buy the bouquet. At 3 in the morning or 5 in the morning, I saw that. Please buy the bouquet and I'll pay for it. This is how Swami works. We have lots and lots of things to be done. But the most important thing is, how do we get ourselves together? The brotherhood of man and fatherhood of God. I know Miss Abs say the vote of thanks. I know that. In the back of my mind, my brain is telling me, hey, stop. I said, no. This is how we're going to get together. I give a good example. We did the national anthem. I supposed to have the national anthem for South Africa and India. We only did this. Why? Why did you do it? I'll tell you why. I'm not scared to say it. I have engaged the Satya Sai School Chatswood to do the national anthem a month ago. All agreed. All of a sudden, Sister Lali says, sorry, the trustees will not allow them to come in. Phoned the head of the trustee. He said, okay, no problem. But the trustee of the education says no. So that's why we didn't have the children. Who is suffering now? I just told you, we are about to go. Spingo is waiting for us. The children are suffering. We want these children to go. We want this unity to come in. Please. Auntie Roshni, Rodney, all go from center. These two gentlemen that are sitting here. Go and get everyone together. Don't listen to them, I'm this, I'm this. We need to get together. We have to. Leave what's happening with the top. We'll chop the necks off when we get there. But now we need to get together in the Republic of South Africa. We want to get as one. Gentlemen, we just said now, the wisdom of the adults, the energy of the youth will get this together. So once again, I pray to Swami that all of us will be in line for the 100th birth anniversary of Bhagwan Sri Satya Sai Baba. I want to thank the Divine Life Society, thank the Ramakrishnas, Swamiji from they couldn't come, they have a function, and all of these people. We want to, you want to have a healthy now? Okay. We'll hand this to our brother Karthik Gerson. I don't tell him thank you. He's part of our office, so why must I tell him thank you now? Karthik Gerson. Yeah, he's part of us. So we will conclude And we want to thank Swamiji for being here. And also I must say this. We went personally, Anshu and myself, and we went personally to the house, to the Consulate of India. Personally, I spoke to the lady and the new lady. Please come. Yes, okay, we'll definitely. Because of certain things, she didn't turn up. And then I had to phone Dr. Reddy. You know what excuse I used? Dr. Reddy, must I tell you? I can, Reg, how are you? You reckon, okay, Danpal, I'm okay. But last year you said you want to speak this year. Yes, he told me, the next birthday I will come to Sudha Mandir and speak. So it's not him, Swami. So he said, no problem. He said, no, I got ladies. I said, you man, what ladies do you got? He said, no, big function you got. Okay, take the last flight and come. He took the last flight and came. So this is the dedication to Swami. The Murti is not here for the trustees. It is for the world. We don't mind who comes. If you don't open your shoe to, I don't mind if you're another color coming in and pray. Pray, as long as we have peace in the Republic of South Africa and the world. We want to thank our Swamiji. For the last 3 months, the South African Council didn't want to give him a visa. We had to pay extra money, and only he landed at 8 o'clock last night. So we want to thank Swamiji to be here, and also he's going to teach us some of, he's from the ashram in Bangalore, the Shri Baba ashram. He runs it in Shri Baba Temple Stroke Ashram at Bangalore. Thank you, Swamiji, for being here. And all of you, from the bottom of our hearts, we thank you, and God bless you on this wonderful opening of the Sri Satya Sai Sudha Mandir Shrine. Jai Sai Ram.
Kanda Muruga Kanda Badivela Subramanya Kanda Kadamba Kartigeya Kumara Shanmuga Kumara Vadivela Swaminatha Sai Karuna Sindhu Pai 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 Parani Girivasa Parvati Nandana Parani Girivasa Parvati Nandana Parani Girivasa Parvati Nandana Parani Girivasa Parvati Nandana Pranavakara Shiva Subramanya Pranavakara Shiva Subramanya Pranavakara Shiva Subramanya Pranavakara Shiva Subramanya Kanda Kumara Valli Nayaka Kanda Kumara Valli Nayaka Kanda Kumara Deenadanavana Partinayaka Deenadanavana Partinayaka Deenadanavana Partinayaka Deenadanavana Partinayaka Swaminatha Sai Karuna Sindhu Pai பழனி கிரிவாச பார்வதி நந்தன பழனி கிரிவாச பார்வதி நந்தன பழனி கிரிவாச பார்வதி நந்தன பழனி கிரிவாச பார்வதி நந்தன பிரணவாகார சிவ சுப்பிரமணிய பிரணவாகார சிவ சுப்பிரமணிய பிரணவாகார சிவ சுப்பிரமணிய சிவ சுப்பிரமணிய கண்டா குமர வள்ளி நாயக குமர வள்ளி நாயக குமர வள்ளி நாயக குமர வள்ளி நாயக தீனஜனவன பருத்தி நாயக தீனஜனவன பருத்தி நாயக தீனஜனவன பருத்தி நாயக வேல் முருகா வெற்றி வேல் முருகா முருகா வெற்றி வேல் முருகா வேல் முருகா வெற்றி வேல் முருகா வேல் முருகா வெற்றி வேல் முருகா வாவா முருகா வடிவேல் அழகா முருகா வடிவேல் அழகா வாவா முருகா வடிவேல் அழகா வாவா முருகா வடிவேல் அழகா வாவா முருகா வடிவேல் அழகா முருகா வடிவேல் அழகா வேல் முருகா வெற்றி வேல் முருகா வேல் முருகா வெற்றி வேல் முருகா வேல் முருகா வெற்றி வேல் முருகா முருகா வெற்றி வேல் முருகா சுவாமிநாத சாயி கருணா சிந்து பரி
Dear devotees, could you all rise for the Aarti?
ओम जय जगदीश हरे स्वामी सत्य साई हरे भक्त जनों संरक्षक पति महेश्वर ओम जय जगदीश हरे शशिवदना श्रीकर सर्वप्राणपते स्वामी सर्वप्राणपते आश्रितकल्पलनीक आश्रितकल्पलनीक अर्पणमानव ॐ जय जगदीश हरे माता पिता गुरुदेव मरियं दयुनीवे स्वामी मरियं दयुनीवे नाद ब्रह्म जगन्नाथ नाद ब्रह्म जगन्नाथ नागेन्द्र शयन ॐ जय जगदीश हरे ओंकार रूप शिव साई महादेव सत्य साई महादेव मंगल आरती मंगल आरती मंगल गिरिधारी ओम जय जगदीश हरे नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण Narayana Om Narayana Narayana Om Jai Sadguru Deva Narayana 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 Om Narayana Narayana Om Narayana Narayana Om Narayana Narayana Om Jai Sadguru Deva Narayana Narayana Om Narayana 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 Om Narayana Narayana Om Narayana Narayana Om Narayana Narayana Om Jai Sadguru Deva Om Shanti 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 Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu Om Shanti 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 जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की
ब्रह्मार्पणं ब्रह्मवीर ब्रह्मज्ञो ब्रह्मणाहुतं ब्रह्मैवैतेन गन्तव्यं ब्रह्मा कर्मा समाधिना अहं वैश्वानरो भूत्वा प्राणिनं देहमाश्रितः प्राणापानसमायुक्तः पञ्चम्यन्नं चतुर्विधम् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति
परमं पवित्रं बाबा विभूतिं परमं लीलाविभूतिं परमात्मैष्टाच मोक्षप्रदानं बाबा विभूतिं निजमाश्रयामि
Siddharashvarakya divine creation flowing from your blessed hand, holy creation, granting us your greatest wealth, divine protection, beloved Baba, grant us liberation, Paramam
पवित्रं बाबा विभूतिं परमं विचित्रं लीलाविभूतिं परमात्मैष्टाच मोक्षप्रदानं बाबा विभूतिं निजमाश्रयामि
Prema Sarupa, embodiments of love. We have come to that special time of the program where you are going to be given an opportunity to establish your own magical experience as you move forward to offer petals to the lotus feet of Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba. I'm also told that today is Ekadashi, so all those that are observing this Ekadashi, we want to wish you well. The order of offering of the petals to Bhagwan's lotus feet is such that we will have two queues, one for our sisters and the other for our brothers. We will accord the opportunity for dignitaries to do that first. And as you offer the petals, you may then exit through the doors on either side, the ladies on my right and the men on the left, where you'll proceed to partake in the sumptuous prasadam that awaits you. Jai Sri Sai Ram.
It's in and out from there. Sinner wants to come in.